Hey, Matt here. Let's talk about the Scrapeboard forum poster. So, in Scrapeboard, you have the forum posting button right here, and then we have only a few basic settings that really control, connection settings under connections and timeout that control the board poster itself for connections and then timeouts. Pretty straightforward. I'm just going to leave those at default. Next, we need to place an actual title and the actual content of the post. So if you've ever posted on a forum, you know you need a title and then you need to make some content. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some content that I have here, and we can have a look at it. And so just made a generic title because I'm gonna mostly post for this test video in like the lounge and off-topic areas, and then you would put whatever you need in here to keep it on topic or relevant to what you're doing. Then your actual content. Now you can use spin text in the content and in the title. I just threw some basic spin text in here. You have your link editor and various formatting options and that sort of thing. And bearing in mind, if you just go typing code in here, this is BB forum code, not regular HTML, at least for most forums. And then when you get done, you definitely want to preview it. And so we can preview it and we can spin it a few times, and you can see my spin text right here that changes. Now it's always a good idea to preview, because if I mess up something and say put in parentheses here instead of a spin text bracket, when I get this, it's going to look like this. And that's going to clearly look like spam and is going to be deleted right away. So definitely test your spin text and everything before you do anything. So let's go ahead and change that back to correct, make sure it works, and it did. And then I actually need accounts to post to. So in the forum account creator section, we created some accounts, and then I'm going to go ahead and import accounts here. And so I've got 42 accounts here for Red Widget Man that I just went ahead and imported. Now you can post to the first open board, which is just gonna, the first board that Scrapeboard comes to that it finds, that's open, it's just gonna post to it. Or if you're trying to keep it on topic, you can open up several forums. I just go through here and open forum URL in browser and look through the boards, maybe 10-20 boards if I have a very targeted scrape. So if I scraped forums around red cars, I'd look through here and see what sections apply to red cars and just kind of pop them in here. In this case, I went through and just picked some basic areas. And then let's just go ahead and hit post to boards and see what happens here. So you'll see it reading forums. Sometimes it'll say unable to post because it can't post because maybe this particular, there's no board that has this going on here, or you might have had, any number of other things. And then you'll see some that say complete, of course. This is where it actually posted. And then, just running down through here. And obviously a lot of these don't have this generic section over here. I didn't really look at these exact forms and compare it over here. I just went and did some basic stuff. And so let it finish up here. And it's all done. So we can go through in here and actually look at, say, some of the completed ones. So if I open up this post in my default browser, I can see that here's Widget Man, hey, just saying hey, and then here is my post down here. So whatever you put in there, that's kind of how it's going to look. We can look at a couple more. Open this up here in the browser. And, here it is. That sort of thing. So pretty basic. Throwing in my title here and then my post down here, and then we have various options as far as exports. I can export successful, I can export activated as a new text file, I can export all as CSV, or export as an actual text file rather, and then of course clear the list. And that's pretty much it for the actual forum poster.